other times, of course, and almost every one of those is a Wrangler, most of them with extensive suspension mods. So how many Renegade Deserthawks might we expect to see in Moab at the next Easter Jeep Safari? We predict it will be a round number such as 0. But if the Renegade is perceived as heretical by the hardcore Jeepers, it stacks up well against its competitive set. Blitz Buggy Heritage. The Renegade was introduced as a 2015 model and established a new set of minimum dimensions for non-Wrangler Jeeps. It's not all that far from the size of the Bantam reconnaissance car prototype that eventually morphed into the military Jeep, which as a prototype was called the Blitz Buggy by Bantam insiders. The Renegade is a unibody, front-wheel drive design with the option of a full-time four-wheel drive system. It can tow up to 2,000 pounds, which could be a pretty good size piece of artillery. But despite the little World War II style stars and our test examples Deserthawk exclusive Mojave sand paint job, the chances of seeing a Renegade in military service are nil. In fact, this top-of-the-line model provides a fairly posh experience that's totally absent in military vehicles, 1941 or now. The Deserthawk commands a $1,495 premium over a normal Trailhawk, and its sporty all-black interior is nicely appointed with supportive power front seats that feature leather bolsters and cloth inserts with contrast stitching, a leather-wrapped steering wheel and shift knob, a 7.0-inch TFT info display, a 5.0-inch touchscreen with Bluetooth and satellite radio, and a 6-speaker audio system. Our test car was made even posher with the $1,245 navigation group, 6.5-inch touchscreen with Uconnect and navigation, and the $545 cold weather package, heated front seats, heated steering wheel, and a windshield wiper deicer. The $645 safety and security group brought blind spot monitoring and rear cross traffic alert, but the package price recently increased to $895 and added HID headlights. Our Renegade was built before this packaging adjustment. The odd 2-panel My Sky removable sunroof, which will be replaced for 2018 by a more conventional power sunroof, rounded out the options list at $1,495. With a base MSRP of more than $29,000, a Deserthawk is already at the top of the charts for this class, and at more than $33,000 as tested it feels pretty pricey. The same money would put you in a much larger, well-equipped Jeep Compass. Sporty is not a term that comes to mind in connection with the Renegade's straight-line performance. There are two engine options in the Renegade, a turbocharged 1.4-liter inline-4, which is available only with a 6-speed manual transmission, or a naturally aspirated 2.4-liter 4, the so-called Deserthawk, paired with a 9-speed automatic. The 2.4-liter 4 and 9-speed combo is the only powertrain offered in the Trailhawk, and thus the Deserthawk. The Deserthawk has an edge in peak horsepower, but in this heftiest of little utes its thrust doesn't bring to mind tigers, aquatic or terrestrial. Although the engine is one of the most powerful in the segment, trailing only the 201 HP Kia Soul Turbo, it's propelling the pudgiest vehicle, at more than 3,600 pounds in Deserthawk trim. This results in languid acceleration, 10.3 seconds from 0 to 60 miles per hour. With the exception of the Soul Turbo, none in this class can be called quick, but the Renegade is the slowest of the bunch. And no one will call it thrifty, either. It gets 21 mpg city and 29 highway according to the EPA, and it returned just 18 mpg in our hands. In the same vein, the combination of forward weight bias, high center of gravity, lofty ground clearance, and mild spring rates equals lots of body motion, reluctant turn-in responses, and determined understeer. The Renegade steering is relatively quick, 2.8 turns lock-to-lock, and surprisingly tactile, but that's not enough to make this mini ute handy on pavement.